fools had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour touching every shore from Cali to Singapore.
Every day I'm seeing more in the temple as we rock up tempo instrumentals. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together. Now we one time.
So let the rhythm hit 'em, just let the rhythm hit 'em. 'Cause when you
The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. Is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's got some space here. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. 43 yards rushing for him now as he has started this wild card round with a flourish. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warm.
Complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
26 Mike. Come off the ball.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
26 Mike. They're not ready for this.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Rodgers. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Inside. 26 Mike. Let's go, D. Let's go. 26 Mike. Time to go right now. Check 26. Check. Lucky.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Yeah, he's got it. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd down as well to get to 3rd and manageable and make them able to pick up those 1st downs. Now here we are, 1st and goal. They've got to like what they're doing on the.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A.J. Dillon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Well, he thought about coming in. But instead he does go down to a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Seahawks at their own 25-yard line. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. A nice run right there. And we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn the pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 39, Locke. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From midfield, here's Locke. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And he stopped immediately there. Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Clock now to throw. An out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. Straight ahead, Walker. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second down at 4. Sticking with Walker on second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Second down and goal. Lock firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Offense ready to get their next drive underway. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again to Jones. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first. And And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Now it's Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Doubs. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Now Jones. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll look to run with Dillon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A.J. Dillon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 14-7. And Lambeau now after the and this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They look to throw. It's Locke. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Over the middle, he finds Eskridge. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Locke looks to throw it again. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. To throw it is Locke. He's able to... And a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this...
And it is cold.
And it is cold. It's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
88, 26 Mike. Here we go. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. It's a party now.
Now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Switch it. Come here, switch it. Wide. Get wide.
Throwing is Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running right, here's Walker. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Short completion, just 4 yards. And then we've got a 3rd down and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Locke to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
They'll go for it. It's Locke. This pass complete to Melton. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Now Locke. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He was held without a catch in the 1st half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Locke. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Another try after the 1st down sack. Locke. Here's a diving catch right side. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Locke now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Penny will try to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Locke. Steps away to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Locke exits on 4th down as Seattle sends out Jason Myers. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Myers' kick is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Yard line.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
One quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Boye Mafe, his 2nd sack of the night. Well, they only had a yard to go. They tried to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. He don't know no better. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. Hey, we got to get this.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Slant route, he's got Dobbs. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Watch the curl, watch the 150. Hey, you block over here. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. I got one. Kill.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle. But that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play. And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this wild card game has been as good as advertised. They trail by a field goal here in the 4th, with obviously a very critical drive forthcoming as they start with a 1st down. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. 74 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. To the 43, 2nd down.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
In motion right is Watkins. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Up the middle, Jones. Tariq Woolen in on the stop.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Rodgers to throw. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And he picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Back to throw, Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And the result here, the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawks defense. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. An inside give to Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here.
And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
Plenty of chills and thrills in this one, and more to come here as overtime will decide who moves on to the divisional round. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, CD, we get to see the debut of the brand-new postseason overtime rules. Now, as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So they might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game in the 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime without Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first, and that way you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. A 3 and out could really hurt here in this opening drive of overtime. Big third down coming. First throw of overtime for Locke. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. I know they may want to go for this, but the smart play probably to punt it, even given the field position, right?
In a sense, you honor what they've done all game. And this is a defense that's held the score down, kept it tight, kept you right in it, and they're really jonesing for one more shot. Give it to them. Let them play defense for you and give you a better chance to win the game.
They'll run with Penny. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. A nice start for them here to overtime. And maybe the plan here is don't do anything too crazy. Don't try for some big play, Charles. Just move the chains, put the pressure on the defense.
Well, these early first downs are certainly nice confidence builders as they begin overtime, because even though you've just played 4 quarters, the feeling's entirely different when you take the field in OT, because you just want to settle in, as you suggested, keep the ball moving, and rely on your opponent to make that first big mistake.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you play out wide, who could not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And some room to maneuver. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Locke. He'll get this out wide to Penny. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime, now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
Penny, the first down carry, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To the right side, this is Walker. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Now Locke. Quick slant complete to Melton. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. Myers' kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah, you know, get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Lambeau, good night, everybody.
downstairs. You always got excuses and you know I be on top of things. Punctual my proper name. On the dot is not your aim. Although we in love, we are not the same. I hit you on that celly. You said you needed 5, that was more than 12 ago. Claim you got your hands tied, time stuck like Velcro. Georgia peach on east side like it's ATL. You lacking, you tripping, you slacking, impatient, be waiting, confused like what happened. How you get attitude cause I'm getting mad, cause you wanna take 20 minutes and a half. And on top of that, I gotta get gas out of the freeway, pick up traffic. What the is you doing? We gotta dip, 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 dip. Cardi, yeah. Watch your tick, 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 tick. Waiting for that last minute for your hell. Now stop playing games, go and bring your downstairs. Come on, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Cause you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Come on, girl, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Cause you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Took me 20 to get ready, yo. Shower, moisturizer, and the fit I had on yesterday. Uniform necessities, multiples of everything. Now your neighbor wanna come and speak to me like,
hey, how you doing? I ain't too bad.
ha 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 ha. Hit her with a few fake laughs. She talking my ear off. It's sympathy I lack. I care about one thing. What up? Anyway, gotta pay a little more. If we late to the jet, gotta jet cause the boat leave at 8. And we got some fur on the upper deck in the orchestra. Gon' play a score for every album project. You ain't scared to change cause it's ain't coming out your pockets. My fruity and slick, I'm rude a little bit. Don't be acting so appalled. All y'all girl, let it put so much into tonight. And you just don't care. Now stop playing games, gun, bring your downstairs. Come on, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Tonight, just don't care. Playing games, gun, bring your downstairs.
I left something in the house.
I told my boss it ain't no limit. Told all my dogs it ain't no limit. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. I'm whipping in track, I was messed up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since the beginning. I play offensive D, I might switch my position. Lil' mama was thirsty, so I had to quench. I'ma drive real fast, cause you know I shoot quick. Just like traffic Kelsey, I be having emotions. Just like a lamb, man, you know I'm exploding. My heart cold, bad, I ain't got emotions. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting it over. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just real the jersey. It's the first half, and we done dropped 30. We just underscoring them, boy, man. I told my boss, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game.
Money on my mind, head in the game. It's like I scored again, diamonds on them dance. I can hear the music playing with them bands. Crowd going wild, dived in the fans. I'm locking in on a mission, I tell her my vision. You young and she get like me. I got your shorty, she with me. I gave her a jersey, I told her to join my team. It's best you go where it's safe. You know how I play. I get to a sack like Frank. You can teach money to fly. I turn it at hop. I catch it and go to the bank. It's crazy, I'm used to the lights. I'm shining so bright. This visor will cover my face. You see me working and working. I'm getting it done. And soon they be feeding me grapes.
I told my boss, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. They screaming my name when I walk in the building. Yellow diamonds on me like I play for the Steelers. I'm in the field, yup, just like a Steeler. Oh, this your girl, my band had the Steeler. I hop on the beat and I float like a river. I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking next, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them down. I'm in LA, riding around in the ram. My dog just called, say he finna touchdown. When I call a play, you won't hear a sound. Hold up, money calling right now. I gotta go and get it, and it don't matter how. All I know is win, yeah, I'm 10 toes down. I keep my head high and my eyes on the prize, yeah, and my feet on the ground. Let's go.
I told my boys, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. Two turned up, turned down right now. Two dope make better get around right now. Hey, I'm two turned up, turned down right now. Two dope make better get around right now. Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line. Do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stopped.